Okay, guys, welcome back to another lesson in Photoshop CC. Okay, in this lesson, we're going to be going over transformations. Okay, and what does a transformation mean? Well, when we're working in Photoshop, oftentimes, especially when we're doing collages or posters or maybe bringing multiple images into one piece of our work and our project, we're going to need to be able to resize our images or reshape them, and this is called transforming. Okay, so there are a couple of ways that we can transform an image, and I'm going to show you with our little fox picture here um, how we can do that. So first things first, we're going to come up here to, we're going to click, we'll make sure we have our layer selected down here in the layers panel, and we'll come up here to image. I'm sorry, we need to go to edit, that's what I meant. And we are going to go to free transform. Okay, free transform. Now, this puts these little boxes on each corner and in the midpoints of each side. Okay, this allows us to be able to resize. And in almost every single version of Photoshop, it will just follow your command. In the new version of Photoshop with the latest update in Photoshop CC, it keeps everything uniform by default. Okay, so if we want to shorten this with keeping in the same width, we'll hold the shift key and that will do that. Hold the shift key and that'll apply that transformation. But otherwise, if you want to keep everything uniform, which in most cases you do, then just by default it will do that for you. And we can do the same thing on the corners, just like this. Okay. One thing to note is if we hold down the Option key while we do this, it will expand from the middle. Okay, instead of just from the side, it will expand from the middle. So holding Option key will expand it from the middle. And that is how we resize images in Photoshop with this tool. Now the free transform tool isn't over here in the toolbar, but that's okay because we have a very easy way of accessing the free transform. In the video where I explained the interface, I explained that this menu bar up here has all of our options for every single thing we want to do in Photoshop, which is true. But it would take a million years to do anything if we came up here to the menu bar for every move we made in Photoshop. So they have developed keyboard shortcuts for nearly every tool and every move that we want to make in Photoshop. So to apply this transformation, we're just going to go ahead and double click on the image, takes away the free transform tool, and now we can move around freely without having to worry about resizing. This won't resize. But we can hit Command T to get back our free transform tool, or you can use Control T if you're using a Windows computer. All right, and like I said, just going ahead and double clicking on that will apply that transformation. All right, so with our free transform, you'll also notice we get this bent arrow cursor if we come right above and hover above one of the corners. This allows us to be able to rotate the image. And if we hold the shift key while we do it, it will lock it at different angles that are so it'll lock it at 15, 30, every 15 angle, every 15 degrees it'll lock it. Whereas if we don't hold the shift key, it will just do whatever we tell it to. Okay, so that is how we rotate and resize images. And one last thing I'm going to show you with transforming an image. If we right click on this and go to warp, we get this grid that goes across our image. And this allows us to actually warp the way the image looks. Okay, and we get these handles that allow us to bend in, bend out. And we can do all sorts of things with this warp tool. Okay, so if we are good with these changes, we just come up here and click the check mark. If not, we click this the cancel mark, and we in this case are going to cancel it. But with the free transform selected, we can also flip vertically and horizontally, and I'll just show you what that looks like. We can flip it upside down, and we're gonna undo that, flip horizontal, so we can have it look the other way. This is also something that's very useful to know. Flipping horizontally is not something that is as easy as flipping vertically in a lot of situations, because if we want to flip vertically, we can simply go like this with our bar, but flipping it the other way is not as easy. Flipping horizontally, we have to come in, flip horizontal, and now the fox will be looking the other way. Okay, and that is about as much as you need to know about transforming images in Photoshop. So yeah, if you have questions, drop them in the comments, post it in the forums on the blog, or feel free to send an email. Subscribe and keep following along with the blog. Let's keep learning Photoshop. We'll see you in the next lesson.